Welcome to the CraftsWombman channel.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Greetings, peace, and love. You are listening to the Womb Wellness Call series. And tonight we are going to get right into the call, and we're going to introduce our wonderful guest. It is none other than Sunshyne Purnell. She is the founder and CEO of Harambe House of Wellness located in Snellville, Georgia. She is a community advocate and is passionate about helping guide and awaken others to fulfill their potential. Trained and certified in many different types of Reiki, yoni steaming, life coaching, womb yoga, and a law of attraction practitioner. Sunshyne also is an intuitive reader, ordained spiritual minister, homeschool consultant, spoken word artist, wife, and mother. She supports and is very passionate about assisting and empowering people in being well, fulfilled, and vibrantly alive in all areas of life. Okay, Sister Sunshyne, are you on the line?
I am. Peace, sis. How are you?
I am good. I am so thankful to have you to be on the line to share with us. This call, we focus mainly on birth, fibroids, and fertility, but we have covered different subjects. So we just mainly talk about the healing aspect of us because the woman is going through some things. You know, we have a lot of work. We're constantly working on ourselves anyway. So we have a lot of work that we do, and it's just a constant journey. And you help women with that. So I wanted you to kind of just start out and just tell us, you know, your womb story.
Okay. All right. I would like to, definitely start by saying thank you for having me. You and I, we definitely go back, and I absolutely adore the work that you're doing. So my story begins, of course, as women, we carry the wombs of our ancestors and those before us. So that's where I guess my womb story begins because a lot of women in my family were not able to speak up, and, we hold a lot of tension and things in our womb. So that's where it begins. And for me, it manifested with ovarian cysts and fibroids. So I had a 10 centimeter ovarian cyst that my left ovary wrapped around. So it caused a tremendous amount of pain. I had to be rushed to the hospital. So that catapulted me to begin to study more because they had to take that ovary out. And, of course, I never wanted to do that again. I wanted to figure out how.
Which one was it?
It was my left ovary. It was the left ovary, 10 centimeters. And when I got to the hospital, they immediately admitted me, and they were like, you need surgery, because it was dangerous at that point. So, and then what ended up happening is the other side began to grow. So that one grew to like 16 centimeters. But by this time, I began to do my own work in the steaming, the massages with the castor packs, and I began to, of course, learn that it's more than just a physical thing. It's deep rooted. It's what I'm holding on to. It's those that have hurt me in the past, and I'm not, releasing them, and things of that nature. So, needless to say, today I have not had to have surgery on this ovary because I was able to, watch what I eat. I think chiropractic care is definitely something that we also need to look into when we're dealing with our womb because our spine holds a lot of channels and, just energy flowing, and a lot of that energy gets trapped. So when you get adjusted, that energy flows. So that helps. Definitely the yoni steaming, the herbs. I love my raspberry, leaf, my Vitex. That stuff absolutely helped me as well. So now that I have a testimony, I can help others, help them heal and show them how to self-heal, because you don't need surgery. You can do it on your own. You really can. I'm a testimony to that. So yeah.
So now I'll just go back to when we met. I think we met off Facebook though originally.
Girl, it's been a minute, but yeah, it was probably
Facebook. I think it was around. Well, I started teaching candle making classes in Atlanta around 2009 or 10 or something like that. But I think that's how I know that you came to my class. I mean, I know that's how we met. But I think the initial thing was Facebook. That was like my very first page that I had, CraftsWombman, and you know, at that time, you know, later on, I was, going through a lot, but I am very ambitious, and I mean, I don't really care about hindrances. I'm going to do what I'm strong-willed. It works for me and it works against me. So just wonderful that you have a testimony that it works. This stuff works, and I know
it does.
That women want. Well, people just want a pill. They want a microwaved healing, and it doesn't work that way. So I'm glad that you told us about your story, your womb story, and I wanted to actually learn a little bit more about the Harambe House of Wellness. I cannot wait to go. I really can. I'm just like when I go to Atlanta, I'm just working, but I really wanted to make a day of healing because there are so many healers out there. And what is this metaphysical educational series that you have going on?
Okay, and before I begin that, let me just say that when we were at that training, it was something that you said to me, because I was looking for a building, things of that nature, and you was like, well, you don't have to buy a building, just go rent it. And as soon as you said that to me, it's just like it began to flow, and that inspired me to continue to do what I'm doing, and so I want to thank you for that, because I still think about that. I still think of it. So so you definitely help with that.
And you said everything that you was gonna do, you did it. And I mean, I know after it was like even Sister Tracy was on before, and she spoke about the deeper root issues of fibroids and just all of these womb issues and stuff that we experience on this journey. And she was just saying how after that retreat, she was never the same. And I said, that's how I was. I was like, oh, my goodness, you have to try it. You have to try it.
Yes,
because every time you steam, or every time I steam, it's different. Every time it's different. Sometimes you might need to be quiet. Sometimes you might need to chant. Sometimes you might. It's just a journal.
It's such a connection. Like you really, and that's the thing about it. A connection with self. Because the hardest thing for us to do is to be honest with ourselves. So connecting with ourselves absolutely helps that, because a lot of times we need to let go of the things that are hindering us, and we're so scared to. But that connection, it strengthens you, it empowers you. So I absolutely, I adore what we have done, what we have learned, and how we have grown as a community. Because I see so many of us out there working so hard for, it's just beautiful. Like I love it. Like Tracy, oh my goodness, that tea, honey, let me tell you, it's amazing. So, I'm very passionate about getting this story out, because a lot of people think they have to get rid of their womb. They have to, cut it out in order for them to be okay, and you don't. Like that's you don't have to do that. So, So I definitely am grateful.
And I want you to speak about the Reiki, and it's spelled Reiki. If anyone wants to Google it, if you're not familiar with that practice.
Yes, Reiki has been, it's been life altering for me. But it means universal life energy is what Reiki is, and it's like an ancient technique of laying hands on, on the body or right above the body, and the energy, whatever type, like we spoke of DNA healing. So whatever type of energy you call on, that energy is going to flow. And what's so beautiful about Reiki is that it goes where it needs to go. So I can put my hands on your feet, And if your arm needs to be healed, it's going to go, to your arm. So it's very relaxing. It definitely helps, like everybody, especially like women that wear many, many, many hats. We really need it, but we also need our brothers to come in because, we do see a lot of women that are coming in and they're taking hold of their healing, but we need the brothers to come in too. So we have like Usui Reiki, Kundalini Reiki, Amethyst Bed, Energy Field Reiki. We also do something called meridian flushes. So a lot of people go to acupuncturists for to get the acupuncture, and that is with your meridians. They put the needles in so that that it can flow, like the energy can flow through your meridian. So we have different meridian flushes and chakra flushes and aura flushes that help cleanse all of that, because we bathe our bodies, but sometimes we also need to bathe the astral parts of ourselves, the etheric parts of ourselves. So yeah, we're trained in all of that. But Reiki is a beautiful, beautiful healing technique that I think everybody should experience.
Yes, it is. You can feel the lightness of it, after you get the Reiki. Reiki is the bomb. Yeah, that's definitely something. Yeah. We definitely should do on the regular. Can you tell us a little about the homeschooling before we get into the other stuff?
Yes, homeschooling. Yeah. So I decided to homeschool. Well, first of all, my son, he'll be 20 in December. So, woo. But I decided to. So I decided to take him out in the 8th grade because I saw that he wasn't really getting the concepts, and I went to their website and I was like, wait, he's not learning this, and the things that he is learning, I'm teaching. So my husband encouraged me to take him out of school and homeschool them, and we had 2 daughters after that. So my daughters have never been to school. So we do, one thing that my son said that he missed was his friends. So I created a homeschooling group so that he can have lifelong friends. And so now we get together and we have classes together. Like I teach the creative writing. So yeah, we have classes. I do homeschool consulting. So they can, everybody can check that out on the website as well as far as the homeschooling part. But it's very beneficial to have firsthand in your children's education, because we're able to teach them, things that we're learning, like Reiki. Like, I can attune my children to Reiki. They can have a Reiki class and be certified by the time they're 16, years old. So that's what I love about the freedom of homeschooling. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's it's beneficial, rewarding, and challenging.
Absolutely.
Okay, so besides the chiropractic for how you got rid of your ovarian cysts,
right.
So yeah, how often do you recommend or to go to the chiropractor?
Well, I did a 24-week. I went every week for 24 weeks. I'm still actually doing it, so I have like maybe 2 more weeks to go. I recommend the castor oil pack. I mean, to me, it's so much. Like, you have to do so much to,
it's a lifestyle change, right?
It is. It's just right. It's a lifestyle change. It's a commitment. Absolutely. So for me, I saw a lot of because the steaming was working as well. But whenever she adjusted me, because she does this thing where she goes down your spine and it shows you like the red areas, the yellow areas, and the green areas. And the red areas was like where my womb was, which is like these are the emergent areas. So, so I was like, wow. And basically the energy is not flowing in that area correctly, because we've gone, I mean, even being born is trauma to a lot of people. So she was able to adjust those areas within these 24 weeks, and I saw such an improvement. It's just amazing. Like, I can't even, really, like that, I think that should be a part of the protocol with womb healing. Go get adjusted. Also the castor oil packs. Like I would sit and I would just let it sit on me for like an hour. And, I will massage it, and I notice a difference immediately. I literally notice a difference. So castor oil packs are excellent to go along with your yoni steaming, and, because we also offer yoni steaming here as well. So it is definitely, it's beneficial. And not only that, forgiving people that you're holding in your womb, like, oh, he get on my nerves, and, it's been 12 years. You got to let him go. So, so that kind of stuff, releasing, letting things go, that helps. Affirmations, I did EFT tapping. I did a lot of things to help release things in that area. Sound bowl healing is amazing. That vibration breaks up the stagnant energy.
Did you do it yourself? Did you do the sound bowl yourself?
Well, it was a concert here that we had. I would love to get me some sound bowls. That's like next on my list. But I do have tuning forks, and I do that on myself a lot. So sound healing is definitely something that breaks up that stagnant energy. And just being truthful, being honest with yourself. Like, do you really want this? Like, do you really want this? Is this what you really want in your life? You have to really assess your life. So,
and how often do you do the yoni steaming?
The yoni steaming I do, I would say twice a week. Sometimes I may need it more, and then sometimes as needed, because once you balance out, you don't really have to do it as much. But for me, when I was going through what I went through, it was more. I did it more, So, but as needed.
And how long did you steam?
I do no more than 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more than 45 minutes.
I just extended mine. I was doing it for 30 minutes, but it seems like people, they want to stay on there. I just don't. You don't want to. You want to be safe.
It's relaxing. It is. It's
relaxing. It is.
Yeah, I have to make my clients get up too. Like, it's, we can't stay here. We gotta move on.
You can't stay here forever. You're gonna have to get up at some point. What about the womb yoga?
The womb yoga I have not started yet, but I actually just spoke with some friends of mine, and we want to go ahead and start doing that since it's getting cooler. The mosquitoes aren't out, because I can do it like in my backyard, and the mosquitoes are sometimes vicious. But it's something that I will introduce next. That is the next thing for us to introduce, is the womb yoga. But for me, sometimes I'll do it with my daughters outside. We'll come outside on the patio and we'll do it. So that too helps, because movement, because we're stagnant. I always tell people, when you're around water that's stagnant, it stinks. You don't want to be around it. It's just not cool. We want to be like flowing rivers. So therefore, in order to get this womb center together, we have to move. So that's where the womb yoga comes in, hula hooping, belly dancing. Get that sacral area moving. It's very important. So the womb yoga is coming. It's on the way. Yeah.
Okay, and where's the Harambe House of Wellness?
Okay, well, you can find us in Snellville, Georgia. You can look on our website, and it is www.harambehouseofwellness.com. And anytime that we have a client to come in, we email the address, because I do work out of my home. So it's in Snellville, the Centerville area. Because a lot of us carry spiritual debris, if you will, and spiritual bathing is one of the ways that you can, help yourself get rid of negative things that you've picked up along the way. So we have a lot of different, we have 3 different spiritual baths that is infused with actual Reiki energy. So we have the calming protection, the anxiety soak away, as well as the radiant energy. And we also have elixirs. We were attuned to what is called ethereal crystals. So we were able to put actual crystals, just like gem elixirs, but we're able to use it in energy form and it's like 400 times the strength of a stone. So if I put amethyst in this elixir, it's 400 times the strength. So we're able to attune these elixirs to those ethereal crystals. So we have different elixirs that are good for, like the gem vibration is good to raise your vibration, your frequency. We have the mineral enhancer, and it helps you to absorb whatever minerals you are taking. Cloud 9 is for the sensual side of us to, just kind of like an aphrodisiac, how do you say that word, quality. So that's what Cloud 9 is. And we have body sprays that's good for grounding. We have body sprays for each of the chakras. Like the I Am Rooted chakra spray, that's for the root chakra, the sensual power chakra, which is for the sacral chakra, which is great for the womb center. And it has the different ethereal crystals and essential oils associated with each center of the body. So those are our products, and we also have T-shirts, Harambe T-shirts available as well.
So you are an ordained minister. So what does that mean to you?
It basically, I love love. So I would do weddings. We can do house clearings. So just think, spiritual advice. That's a part of my life coaching. Just the spiritual advice, because a lot of times we're just so stuck and don't, like a lot of us, even to this day, like I know there has to be something different. I know, there's more to life than what I live every day. So I guess the ordained, being ordained kind of helped me to tap into my, my higher self and assist and guide others to, tap into that. So that's what I love to do. I love to see people become empowered. So that's how I use my ordained. I don't go out. I guess my ministry is what we do, the womb work, the, being empowered. That's my ministry. So that's how I use, my ordainedship.
So you're saying you do like sacred circles. You do it like what, the full moon, new moon, sister circle? Like how does that work?
So basically, if someone wants a sacred circle, they would go to our website to event planning, and what they would do is they will pick what they want. How they can. It's like kind of like the Tupperware party idea. Like you will go to their space, and they can do it for their birthday, their bachelorette parties, whatever they choose, just because, and they could pick whatever they want from our list, which it can be like a forgiveness ceremony. Let's just say, a young lady said, hey, I want to do a sacred circle. I would tell her to go pick from the list, and she can choose, okay, we want to do yoga, we want to do journaling and meditation. And that's what we would do. We would create that sacred circle for them, and we will bring everything, all of our knowledge and skills to them and help create that sacred circle for them. So it's great for like birthdays, just, even blessing ways. I've done a blessing way before, and it was beautiful. Blessing way is just, it's more of an ancestral, a ceremonial baby shower. And when I tell you, it was so beautiful. I love, like, that's the way we need to do baby showers, really.
And the house blessings, so you do house blessings?
House blessings, and we can definitely, because, we were trained to do the negative entity removal. So I'm able to go in your home and get rid of all of that, that negative, that negative stuff, and bring in the good flow. So that's how, I do that.
I do want to. Okay, so let's talk more about the womb healing of the trauma. What herbs do you recommend for healing womb trauma? Because herbs are more serious than what people think. And I know everybody, of course, you should consult your doctor if you
of course.
And we are, of course, not diagnosing. We don't intend to cure or treat any diseases.
Absolutely.
So what herbs, do you deal with or like?
Okay, so of course the overall is the raspberry leaf. That's a pretty much go-to for womb healing. Actually, my daughter, she started her cycle this past December, and that really helped her. Just that alone, just the red raspberry helped her get through. So Vitex, the chasteberry, has been very beneficial for me.
How do you take that? What form do you take that in? Liquid or powder?
I just make a tea out of it. I make it a tea, and I steep it, and I just drink it. And it really that has really helped me. That along with maca is a great, like I use that in powder form. You can put that in your smoothies. But the maca also helped with my hormone, like the hormonal balance, because especially when they take one of your ovaries, like, your hormones go haywire. So the maca really, really helped with that. What is it, Dong Quai? Dong Quai is really powerful and strong. You have to be real careful with it, but it works. It really works when you're dealing with the hormonal issues.
And how many cups are you drinking a day?
Like I can do up to 3 cups a day.
Okay.
I can do up to 3 cups a day. One for the morning, one for the afternoon, one before bed, and it helps. It really helps. And I know this is not womb healing, but my son had an issue. And, a lot of us are just deficient in minerals because of, and that's what, mostly everything you can trace back to being a mineral deficiency. So these herbs, which, the Creator provides, which is where they get all of the drugs from anyway. That's what they do. But, you get these herbs and you get the minerals, that intake of mineral, and it really helps you. Like, you can feel a difference. You can see a difference. So,
and you making the infusions?
Yeah, I like making infusions. I like it so I actually have this cute little teapot where you can really kind of have it like soak in it, and it steeps it for you. So I really like to use that. But yeah, you can definitely, the infusions. I haven't made any. I need to get back on my infusions, but I haven't made any lately. Maybe that needs to be one of the next new projects, to make an infusion.
Okay, so we're going to talk about, I guess, a current state. I really don't deal with, like, current stuff on the news. I try to stick with, just the womb issues and stuff. But because, like, what is your recommendation on us to sustain ourselves, sustain our sanity, sustain our healing? Like, how do we make it every day, seeing what's being pushed in our face, even though I don't look at the news, you can eat. So I just want to speak from, your healing point of view about this, because this is also affecting the wombs.
It is. It's very heavy. Like, even if you don't watch it, you can feel it. Especially those that are empathic, you can feel the thickness, the heaviness of what's going on. But you have to ask yourself, because we know we don't run the media. So why? Because there are some beautiful things happening as well. And it's not to say that this is not such a it's devastating. It really is. I have a 20-year-old. He'll be 20, and it's like, I don't really want you to go anywhere, really. But we can't allow fear to dictate us, and that's what it is. That's what because we, especially melanated people, we are conduits. We're like copper. So we, like, when we're feeling angry, it's like they're zapping off of our energy. That's what it's kind of like if you go into a room and you have a bunch of people that are low energy, low vibrational, you'll feel it. You'll start feeling that. And if you go into a room and everybody's high, feeling great, high vibrations, you'll feel that. So they tap into that energy and they zap. It makes them powerful. They feel, So anyway, a way to get away from that is tap out, tune out. Don't watch it. Stop watching the video. Stop sharing the video. Don't let it anger. Don't let your anger take control of you. It's time for you to go inward and manifest solutions. Like, what are we going to do? Because it's happening so much, and we give the same reaction. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's the same thing. So we have to do something different. Get with some like-minded people and meditate together. Meditate on something healing, like, envision peace. What does peace look like to you? So we have to use that magic that we have to manifest what it is that we want. And I don't like tuning into it because it devastates me. I can't, like, it knocks me, knocks my breath away for quite some time. So I can't do it because they're feeding on our fear, and we're showing them our fear through anger. So what do we do about it now? How do we move forward? We stop tuning into it. We stop giving them our energy. Mm-hmm. That's how I don't share it. I don't discuss it. I don't post it. I don't do any of that because that's what they want. Mm-hmm. But there are so many beautiful stories out there. Mm-hmm. There's so many, and that's what we need to tap into.
And it's not raining everywhere all over the world,
It's not.
Like
it's not.
Some people are experiencing paradise,
mm-hmm.
and just know that it's not going to happen everywhere at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
It's
so
about,
I think we just got to be able to travel and move. Move even with your energy, even move physically. Just
Absolutely.
Be able to just go with the flow, and there is nowhere to hide. There is nowhere to go. So when people say, and I'm not against moving, like I said, traveling, that's definitely something to do. But everywhere you go, you are. So I wanted to talk to you about being an empath. I know that I experienced that when you pick up all these energies and stuff. And I know when you sent that video to me about the attachments, that really changed my outlook on a lot of things. Can you talk about attachments like a little bit?
Wow, yeah, attachments are very, very, like most of us have attachments and we don't even realize it. And a way for me to, I guess, to explain that is we know that there's a spirit world. And some people don't go what they call into the light. They're wandering. They're around and they find, people like us, just regular people to feed off of, especially if you have kind of like low vibrations. If you're sick, if you're, if you just, you just had an argument, so that kind of like they look for certain vibrations and they attach to you. So say for instance, if you have an alcoholic that passed on, they're looking around and then boom, they attach to you, and you start having these cravings for alcohol, just alcohol. You become an alcoholic. A lot of people have these attachments and don't even know it. So there are certain things you can do to protect yourself. Of course, the stones, the healing stones. There are certain prayers you can say, affirmations, invocations. Like I never leave my home without an invocation. I always, ask my angels and spirit guides, my ancestors that have crossed over into the highest light to guide and protect me and my home and my children. You always ask for that. It's just like, when you look back at your ancestors that were in the church, I had a praying grandmother. So for me, my prayers they come out in invocations. I do have prayers too. I say prayers too. But you have to make sure that you are protected because these attachments are real. Like I didn't realize it. I guess that's something that I've studied, and this is why I wanted to get trained in entity removal because I see it so much in my clients. I see it, I see it in myself. So it is very beneficial to clean up your etheric as well as we always detox in our body. You have to detox other parts of you as well. Your emotions, your spiritual self, your etheric stuff. You have to detox all of that. So spiritual attachment.
What's the exercise kind of like just clear your energy? Like something you can do if you're out in public and you don't really have a private space. What's just something you can just kind of do low key to kind of get your energy right?
Okay, well, yeah, that's a good question. You can envision yourself in a protective white light. You can, in that way, you say it, you speak to your higher self, you let it know. I do not welcome any negative entities, energies to attach themselves to me as I'm in this space, as I'm in this moment. You speak to your higher self. You speak. Everybody has angels and spirit guides. You let them know, keep me protected, especially if you're feeling something, because when you're empathic, you feel things. You feel like, oh, something's not right. Honor that feeling. That's your, if your gut speaks to you, honor that. Just know, and you imagine yourself in that protective bubble, and you keep them away. And also stones. There are different stones you can wear. Like one of my favorite stones is labradorite.
How do you spell that one?
Say it again.
How do you spell it?
Labradorite. Ooh, let me. I think it's
Labradorite, something like that.
Yeah, it's labradorite. It's something like that. I can look it up for you real quick.
Okay, what color is it? Like, what does it look like?
It's black, and it's it's kind of shiny.
What about just a black stone?
Black stones are more aligned. They are protective. Like you have hematite that's great for the grounding, and as well as protective. You have tektite. The darker stones are definitely going to be the ones that are protective. And we also have this, like those that will be learning the DNA healing every day for myself, for my children, for my husband. So DNA psychic protection. There was a time where I was in Walmart, and I literally passed this man, and I saw something jump off of him, and it jumped onto me. And in that moment, I know people thought I was crazy. They thought, what is wrong with her? But I started praying and like, nope, you have to leave. You're not welcome. Right in the middle of Walmart. I'm like, wow. So you have to be on it. Don't be scared what people are gonna think. You got to do it because and places like hospitals. Because you have so many entities going in and out of realms right there. So you have to be real. That's why it's great to have home birth, because you don't want your child to be exposed to all of those, because people pass away in hospitals every day. Yeah. So they're wondering like, and then new freshness is coming. So they're around waiting. So you have to be real cautious and careful about that.
And then how do you keep yourself balanced as an empath? I know one of the ways, one of the things I heard was implanting your feet in the ground, like how you ground yourself, or because sometimes I can be like too emotional. And another thing was hugging a tree to just kind of ground yourself, because like you're saying, knowing all of this stuff, you can be very emotional and just
overwhelming.
Because you're picking up every single feeling, every single thing. And I think that's why I don't do like so much as a touch therapy, just because of that. I'm like, I just kind of want to keep it, because we did learn about the clay wraps or whatever. I do it for myself, but that's just something that I'm not doing right now. Because I'm just not there yet. Just picking up, just trying to stay grounded and not pick up everything of what's going on. So and we as women, we do that, So finding ways to stay grounded and not keep our spirits clear, because that's going to help us to even keep our wombs clean and free.
Yeah, it's important to your intake of food is important. You want to be careful what you're eating, so that you can vibrate at a higher capacity. And then, things to help you, I guess, ground, definitely walking barefoot. Like, I love trees. I have the way my porch is, I sit on my porch. I love to sit on my porch because I can sit here in silence and just listen. Like, I don't know, I'm sitting out here actually right now and just listen to the birds, or like tonight I'm hearing all of the, so connecting with nature. Just appreciating, like, wow, the wind is blowing through, the trees, like that helps you ground yourself. You become one with nature. And you can, there's an exercise you can do where you can send all of your energy to your root chakra. Like if you're feeling just so overwhelmed, just send all of that energy to that root chakra. You can, just, because you can control your energy. And then, and you just ground yourself in that way so that your energy is not all over the place. It's not everywhere. Yeah, hugging trees. I love trees. I think I was a tree in my past life.
And before we go, we only have a few more minutes. I did want to ask you about this law of attraction thing. Can you just give a few, I guess, like, some good stuff about attracting all this good love and healing and prosperity?
Yes. Law of attraction, real quickly, is definitely you attract what you think. If you're thinking, negative, like poverty thoughts, like, oh, I'm broke, oh, I'm pitiful, this kind of stuff, that's what you're going to attract. So like attracts like. So in the law of attraction, like attracts like. It has worked for me. Law of attraction has absolutely worked for me. There are times when I'm like, okay, I need this, and I say it out loud. I speak it, or I write it. During the new moon, I write it down. This is what I need. Like I can literally read off everything that I have manifested through the law of attraction. I can, like, I wanted to be a yoni steam practitioner. Boom, check, it happened. I wanted to be a Reiki master. Boom, these things came to me, like, because of what I put out there. So what you put out there is what you're gonna get back. And a lot of times, especially like when we're dealing with finances, that's one of the toughest things to kind of let go of the way of thinking, because a lot of us come from poverty, like today, I have family members that are still like, just that poverty mindset. And it's just, you have to break that. We recently had a tea and talk called Chain Breakers. And it's about those who break the chains of our family's patterns, negative patterns. So one of the patterns is poverty. So in order to break the chain of poverty, you have to think differently. Don't think as money, oh, it's the root of all evil, or I'm always broke. No, money is an energy, and I attract this energy because I need this energy to help others. So you have to change your perspective on things, and that's how the law of attraction works. Whatever you put out there is what you're going to get back. So that's how that works.
Okay. So are you on a visualize?
Right. Vision boards, visualization. I actually, I have, meetings and conferences, with people that, I actually visualize and actually speak it. I'm talking to, well-known people about, what I'm doing, things of that nature. So to me, if you visualize it, and a lot of us are very visual people. Like if I'm vending and I don't have anything sitting out that's not visual, people are not going to come to my table. It needs to, that vision of it. So absolutely visualizing, like the smells, the like the hardwood floors of your new house, like get into it, and it does come. Like the home that I just, we bought last year is from manifesting through new moon, visualization, vision boards, and on the, like, I did it on the new moon, and by the full moon, my realtor was showing me this home that we're in now. So it really works. Like, it really does. And so I enjoy the law of attraction, and that's why I became a practitioner in it, and I use it within my life coaching. As so yeah.
And I'm a testimony to those vision boards. They really do work. So can you give us your contact information again?
Absolutely. Yes. So our website is www.harambehouseofwellness.com.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let us know, what did you think about this video?